tonight is it's different than last time because you already know what we're doing at Hometown, but with all our values and stuff, but we wanted to let you know what we have coming up. And so we have some great plans and we want you to know how you can be more involved. So Geoff is gonna take it away. Oh, here comes someone else. So hit it, Geoff.
Cool. So, all right. So summer 2021 is when we are looking at launching. And we're going to do Sundays in the park is the plan. So Harriet Park in Verona is where we are looking at. The plan would be to start the first Sunday of June. Julie's got the address in there, but it's a really cool park. It's got good sized pavilion with the shelter. And then the playground is what I would call a really good distance. It's close enough to the shelter, you'll see the kids, but far enough, it's probably not going to be super distracting. And then it's a ton of space, basketball courts, tennis courts, just a lot of space to hang out too. So I thought we're still fleshing everything out, but the plan would be to have about an hour-long service. And that first part, kind of during the musical worship piece, keep the kids kind of with everybody. And then during the message portion, probably just let the kids go play at the playground with a couple adult supervisors. And then the big part would be after each week, inviting everybody to bring a picnic lunch and just kind of hang out and get a chance to spend some time together. Hopefully there's new people coming we can get to meet during that. So summer's in the park. The plan right now is June through August. Julie's reached out to the Verona Parks Department, so we're just waiting on hearing back from them to get the dates locked in because their summer rental season is open and begins, I believe, 1st of April. So we want to get our days locked in, but that's what we're hoping to do, is to be at the park all summer and keep it fairly casual. You know, we want the focus to be on getting to be together and getting to know any new people that come. So summer's in the park starting in June. We're pretty excited about it. We think it'll be a lot of fun. So any questions, since there's a few of you on summer? Jean's excited about it. I like it. So is Stacy. That's good. But summer's in the park. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Just a nice way to be there. It's in like this nice residential, or it's kind of just a straight up residential area of Verona. Yeah.
I think, Lindsay, did you ask
cool
what
part,
time? Do we know what time we think we're going to do?
The thought that we've kicked around is like at 10 or 10:30. So it's an hour service and then hang out for lunch and then hang out as long as you want, really. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff you can do at the park. So probably at 10 or 10:30 start time for the service, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll let you know, of course, as we hit those details. Yeah, 10:30. Anything else on summer in the park?
Ashley, welcome. We're just saying that we're meeting starting in the summer at Harriet Park, which is in Verona. And then this picture is of a slide with Stacy and Joella and Jeremiah on it. And then the last slide is a picture in the background of the shelter, but you can look that up online anytime. It's super nice.
Yeah, so as we get more information about summer, we'll let you guys know what else is coming. But that is the plan we are going with right now, is to be there the first Sunday of June. So it'll be a lot of fun. Just be outside and finally get to spend some time together on a Sunday morning. So Julie, what else we have? So that's what the service might look like. What is now kind of being more a part of Hometown maybe look like for people?
Well, and then the other thing I wanted to say was that I did call in to the department, and I am just still waiting on, because we have to sign up a little differently because we're a church. So now that the parks director is going to know me really well, because I need him to call me back. Okay.
We know how to bother people if we have to.
Oh, goodness. All right. So what it means to be a part of Hometown and to get to it, like we are looking for, we want to have a really good, solid community in our church. And so these are the things that it means to be, yep, Christy, you're right. There probably are a lot of graduations. So we're trying to get that park where they get all reserved. All right. So anyway, these are the things that we want to make sure that you're doing. If you're saying, yep, I'm a part of Hometown, attend services, which we can do now because there will be some, yay. And then we always need a lot of engagement with our social media because that's where we are every single day. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's at least 1 or 2 posts on Instagram and Facebook every single day. And we're always having a lot of fun with the ones like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Those are the best ones. So just say yes or no, and you know. And then we are going to continue our small groups the way they are through the summer. So we're going to do them on Zoom. It'll be the first 3 weeks of each month and then a week off. And right now we're starting a new series after Easter called Check Your Beatitude. And we're going to talk about the Sermon on the Mount and the Beatitudes. So that's probably the best way right now to build relationships. And they're going really well. We really are having a good time. And then you can always serve because now there's ways to serve. We definitely are going to need help since we'll be pack it up at the park church for a while. And also we're going to talk about a food drive coming up. And then you can always give. That's really important. So, because we have to be able to afford it, right, Geoff?
That's right. And speaking of affording it, we decided to put together some numbers that we thought would probably cover our whole summer. We thought it'd be a good plan. Just, okay, 3 months in the park, here's roughly what it's going to cost to be there. So we're estimating about $4,200, which we believe very much we can handle looking at what we have. And that'll include, if we get all 13 weeks of the park, that's the park rentals. It's the continuing monthly payments we do have, website and some other fees. It's the little bit of sound equipment we'll need to purchase. We do want to amplify just a little bit with it being outside. It's not going to be anything big and fancy, but just a little bit of gear to help us do that. Also, any equipment we plan to purchase will be stuff that absolutely we can use when we meet at an inside location. So we're not purchasing just stuff for outside. Communion elements, we do plan to take communion. Water, coffee, and tea, we want to provide that for people. Cleaning supplies, kids supplies and snacks to make sure the kids have something, and supplies for if it's rainy and people still bring their kids and they're going to stay in the shelter during the whole service, something for them to do and help them stay occupied. And also some live streaming equipment. We did say last time we want to continue to live stream. We still do, even though we're outside in the park. Again, a fairly small setup, but just something to be able to stream, so that when if you're not able to attend or the weather is bad and you don't come, anything like that, you can still stay connected with us. So that's the rough number we have for the entire summer. We feel pretty good about that, but as always, anything you guys are able to give, for those of you giving already, we, again, really appreciate that and always do. It means a lot to us that you're already giving to it, but we're continually looking to raise some money. Outside that, Julie mentioned serving. So here we have just kind of a big list of what we call personnel needs. And there's a few I want to highlight primarily tonight. And the two being, first off, kids ministry director. That's one I want to talk about a lot. And that is because Julie and I love the kids, but that's a role that we want somebody else, honestly, to be overseeing. It's super important. And we want somebody that's totally just focused in on that. So somebody that wants to oversee it. It doesn't have to start this summer, but that's one we want to recruit for right away, to get somebody that can work with us on picking a curriculum, getting some volunteers in place. If we do have somebody over the summer, maybe they're willing to do a short lesson with the kids before they hit the park. That would be awesome too. Going along with kids ministry, just volunteers for kids. We will need people that are willing to hang out with the kids while they're at the playground area, while we're at the park. If you think you're interested in that, please let us know as soon as you can. We do need to get a little information from you. Foursquare, the denomination, does need to run a background check on anybody that is with our kids ministry. That's no cost to you. The church will pay the cost of the background check. We just need to get some information so we can submit that through Foursquare and get all that squared away, so that when we get to the park, we have people that are able to watch the kids. Let's see. And then the second one that I really want to highlight is the community partnership, community connection, community engagement kind of role. And that's one that's going to identify and help us connect with some areas we can serve in the Verona community. I'm going to talk about a food drive with the Badger Prairie Needs Network soon. That's one connection we've already made, but we'd really like somebody that's kind of got a heart to be in the community, be in Verona, that can identify places that we can serve, or just things we can just be at as a church. We want to be visible. We want people to know we're there and people to know who we are. So just somebody that can look into those things. You see a few other things on here, board of directors and council. That's what we're working on right now. We have a few people that are already on that here. Ryan Hack, Lindsay Salmon, Mark Grace have all already said they are willing to be on the council. Jean Leans here, she is going to oversee the finances as our finance director. They are charged, those great people, with helping us be good stewards of our money, which we absolutely want. Julie and I want to make sure somebody is helping us see the funds, where they're going, and make good plans for those. A few other things on here, worship team musicians, if you play at all. Eugene Johnson's not able to be on here. He is that fortunate guy, is traveling back from a trip to Mexico right now. He got to spend a week in the nice summer sun. He's going to do some worship leading, but we also need some other people that are willing to do that, then tech and live stream, anything like that. Also, if you have just a passion or a skill or something, you're like, I don't know if this fits in, could I use this some way to serve? Let us know, let's talk about it. Maybe we can come up with something we haven't even thought of yet, which would be super cool. So if there's anything else you think you might want to do, please let us know. Finally, Julie talked a lot about our social media. Tidbit Tuesdays, if you guys have seen those, what those have been, is just a chance for us, primarily me and Julie, Ryan and Stacy, to put out there something about us. We've put a lot out there. We think, and we'd love it if now people could get to know who the rest of Hometown is. So we might reach out to you and say, hey, would you be willing to take a picture or a short video of you or your family or something that you guys do that would be like, hey, people, it'd be cool if people knew this about us. Because we want people to start seeing all the other faces and all the other people of Hometown. So if you'd be willing to do that, that would be awesome too. We'll reach out to some of you. No pressure if you don't want to do it at all, but it would be super cool, I think, to get some other faces in on that. Any questions on any of those roles or anything like that?
Before we move on, Geoff, there was a question about the budget and that we didn't put salaries on there. And
Correct. So yeah, I can address that real quick. Just for the summer, Julie and I are going to work with no salary for the summer. We really want to just get this thing off the ground. So Julie and I both talked, and we're totally fine with doing that for the summer, to not take any salary at all. We really want to just get Hometown launched in the best way we can. So Julie and I will not, at least for the summer, plan to not take any sort of salary, is the plan. Hopefully we'll be in a place where we can have something like that come fall. But for the summer, we both talked, and it was not, for us, we both said, yeah, let's just get it off the ground with what we can. So thank you for asking, but that's kind of why you did not see salaries on the budget for the summer. All right, food drive. So I mentioned it. This is really cool. This will, the first information will come out in the newsletter tomorrow. For those of you that get that, the Badger Prairie Needs Network is a food pantry located in Verona that serves all of Dane County, has become one of the busier ones in the county, serving, I believe it's over 24,000 individuals in 2020. And as the needs increased, as people have needed stuff from the food pantry needs more donations. So what we're gonna do is run a food drive. It's in April. We plan to drop off April 16th there. So we have from now until April 15th to collect some items to give. And this will all be in the email. I'm gonna take a video about it and put it out next week. But there'll be some specific items they are looking for that there are the most needed items. Those will be listed. So two ways you can really participate is go to the grocery store and grab those items and then get them to either Julie or myself. You can either drop them off with us, or we can come get them from you. You can just let us know and we'll schedule out a way to get those. The second way would be to donate financially. You can do that through our website, hometownverona.com/give. When you go there, there'll be a little drop-down menu that says General Fund. If you click that, there's now an option that says BPNN Food Drive, so you can give financially for the food drive, and then we'll be able to check how much comes in there, and then we'll go to a store and pick up the items that way with that financially. So two ways you can help with that. There'll be more information, like I said, in the newsletter, and then a video next week kind of detailing that some more. But we wanted to talk about it because it's cool that we were able to kind of establish that first connection and a first way to serve in Verona. So I can take a pause real quick. Any questions on the food drive at all from anybody? Cool.
all right.
Julie, what should they do now? So they're hearing all this, they think, wow, this sounds pretty rad. What can we do?
Well, yes, you can call it rad. That would be great. So here's what you can do. First of all, if you're
It's
like,
rad.
I don't know what I want to do, you can but I want to be involved, you can contact Geoff or I in our email, or you can text us or call us or whatever. And at the end, there'll be a place where you can do that, or you probably just know. And then just let us know what you're thinking or feeling. We'd love to talk to you. But here's some other really practical things. Are you giving? If you're giving, that is huge and awesome. That makes us really grateful. And that's a really good deal to get our church off the ground. You can think about how you want to serve and just be praying about where you're called to help. Maybe it's with kids, or maybe it's with just setting up or playing music, whatever you feel like you're supposed to do. And then start gathering up food to donate. We're gonna, again, in the newsletter tomorrow, I think everyone's on the list. There is a list of food that they need at the Badger Prairie Needs Network. And so you can start gathering that up and let us know when we're able to come pick it up. And then if you haven't joined a small group, I think that the system for small groups is so great, because if you can't make it 1 month, you can start again the next month. It's 3 weeks at a time. So there's never a bad time to join a small group. Even if you just come and check it out and then you're like, I don't know, that's fine. We're not offended. And then please do consider, I didn't put it on there, but again, Geoff said about the Tidbit Tuesday, which we would love to get other faces on Tuesdays. We would love to see maybe where your kids are going to school, or how your days go, or like Livy dancing, or, we thought of Griffey and the ukulele. Oh my gosh, anything like that. I'm sure Eliana has things that she can share with us. So definitely all of those are great things. You just got to let us know and we'll tell you how we do it and what we need. So those are ways you can go and be a part of this right now.
Yeah, and then to give, again, if you're to give financially, just to put this up there, if you're not aware of the Tidely app on either Android or iOS, just download Tidely, search for Hometown Community Church. You can find us that way. Our website is probably, I think, one of the easiest ways, hometownverona.com, and there is a giving page right there, and you can fill out all the information. You can also send check or money order to the P.O. box that we have in Verona as well. Again, to all of you that are already giving, thank you. It's awesome. You guys are the best, and it means a lot to us. But that's kind of what we have for you tonight. And it's going to be a little just more practical. The big thing we wanted to let you know on is that summer in the park, that's where we're headed. Everybody's kind of wondering, when is it going to start? This is what we're shooting for. You can be praying for, as we are soon, hopefully submitting some information to our district and to the denomination for some approval, just that all goes smoothly. That would be a big step for us, getting all that cleared up. But otherwise, we're getting really excited about the summer. We're starting to think what it'll look like. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.